Happy Halloween! I'm posting this video on Halloween, so I am dressed for the occasion. I have a trick-or-treat shirt I stole from my boyfriend's closet, orange long sleeve, Hello Kitty bracelets, pumpkin, ghost, Hello Kitty Halloween necklace, another Halloween necklace. So I am feeling all the Halloween vibes here, but I did want to come on and go ahead and make a video about all of my October manga, what I bought, where I bought it from, what I actually read, because I bought more than I read, but that's because like 2 days ago I went to Barnes & Noble and picked up a bunch of books. So that's a big reason why I didn't read everything I bought this month. I try to read everything, but you know, sometimes it's hard. I can't read all these books in 2 days. But anyways, I am so excited to do this video. We're going to talk about all kinds of things. I'm going to give you my reviews on the books I read, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's start with what I bought but didn't read, just to kind of get that out of the way. I'm sorry. It's a pretty big stack. Like I said, I just went to Barnes & Noble and my beautiful, amazing boyfriend was like, get whatever you want. So the first thing that I got but didn't read is Spy X Family number 10. Now I got this from Walmart. I love picking up manga from Walmart. If you've never checked out Walmart's manga section, you need to. They have some brand new books like this one for under the price of cover price. I'm talking like $3 or $4 under cover price. So definitely, if you haven't checked it out before, check it out. But this is the first one. And I didn't read this because I am behind. I actually haven't read any of the Spy X Family books yet. Next month though. I watched all the anime. Next month I will be reading. I'm saying it, so I do it. Hopefully I'll be reading. Maybe not. Hopefully though. I plan to. Okay, the next book I got was the Spy X Family, the official guide, eyes only, little like guide to go along with the book. Just like information, photos, all kinds of stuff. I love books like this. And my plan is to kind of like, when I read the whole series, which is going to be soon, keep this like next to me so I can like reference things in it. I think that would be fun. And I got this from Walmart also. You know, I love my Walmart manga. Okay, this next book I got from my comic book store, Komi Cannot Communicate, number 27. I am not caught up in the series, which is why I didn't read it. But there we go. Next two that I got, this one I haven't read yet because I just picked it up from Barnes & Noble. But I got Cat Gamer 2 and 3. 2 has been out for a little bit and 3 just came out. If you don't know what Cat Gamer is, it's a wonderful series about a girl who ends up adopting a cat, and she's a gamer, and she kind of treats her relationship with her cat as like a video game. They're leveling up in their relationship and stuff. It's super cute. I read volume 1 and I'm planning on reading 2 and 3 because 3 just came out. It was in my October manga that I'm looking forward to getting, and I needed to get 2 to catch up. So I have these. Then I got those at Barnes & Noble. I don't know if I said that. Then I got Monthly in the Garden with My Landlord, also at Barnes & Noble. Have not got a chance to read it yet because I just got it, but I love this. It was also in my upcoming October manga recommendations video, so if you want to know a little bit more about what this is about, go see that video. I'll put a little card at the top for that. Okay, then I got My Happy Marriage 4, also at Barnes & Noble, and I just picked this up as well. And this was just to add to my ongoing collection. Now I'm all caught up because I think we're only up to 4 in the manga, and I have 1, 2, and 3 already read on my shelf, so I'm excited to give this a read. Then I got this at Barnes & Noble as well. I Cannot Reach You. It's a number 1. Never read it before. Haven't heard anything about it, but like, I just thought it looked so good. So I had to grab it. And it's basically about 2 childhood friends who, it sounds like one's in love with the other, but their hearts can't reach each other because the other one's not reciprocating the same feelings. And all that good stuff that we love in a great romance, right? Okay, so then I got My Gently Raised Beast number 3 at Barnes & Noble, but I got number 4 at Walmart. So I just got 3 at Barnes & Noble a couple of days ago. I got number 4 at Walmart on release day, which y'all, yes, they have Webtoons at Walmart also. So pick them up. Technically, this is a Webtoon, not a manga, but it is published by Easy Press, which is under Yin Press, so all that good stuff. Anyways, I picked these up, so excited to read them and continue the series. I am loving My Gently Raised Beast. It is so cute. A must. So, Barnes & Noble, Walmart. Sometimes you can't get them at Walmart. I've been seeing a lot more newer mangas pop up at Walmart, so I just get what I can, though. That is all the stuff that I bought but did not read. Now, I'm trying to get better at reading stuff before I buy more. So I'm going to try really hard to get through all of these books, and hopefully next month I will have less left over that I have not read. So I'm going to put these to the side, and let's get into what I have read and some of my reviews. Okay, let's start off with the Webtoons that I read. Yes, your girl has been reading some Webtoons. The first Webtoon that I read, I got from Amazon, and let me find my review. I'm going to be jumping between a couple of notes here. So there we go. It is Faded Away, and I got it off Amazon, and I got it because how stinking beautiful this cover is. Like, are you kidding me? And I follow the creator on Instagram, and so I got the hardback because one, it's super beautiful and I wanted to support. So it's just so pretty. I will show you, like, this page alone is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So I did get this off Amazon because I think that's the only place I could find it personally. And I did give this book 4 stars. 4 stars is a good book to me. I try to be really, really picky with my 5-star books. And I'm just going to read what I typed in my notes about it because as soon as I got done reading it, I typed it up. To start, this book is so beautiful. I am obsessed with the art and the cover. I got the hardback since I love the cover so much, which I already told you guys. The main female lead is an ice woman, so she doesn't show any emotions. The female lead and the male lead were friends as children, and they would play together. They ended up growing apart when the female lead moved away. As fate would have it, the female lead ended up transferring to the same school as the male lead. When they met, she instantly recognized him, but he needs some reminders to fully remember her. This is because he convinced himself she was just an imaginary friend from his past. I can't wait to see how their relationship continues to grow and develop throughout the story. So, that's what I said, and I just think it's so beautiful, and I definitely will be getting volume 2 when it comes out, and probably hardback because I can't get over this art. Okay, so our next book is another webtoon, of course, that I got from Walmart, and it is Villains Are Destined to Die. This story is so cute. I love the art. I mean, just look at the cover, the jewels, everything. I'm going to go ahead and read my review because I probably said everything I want to say right now in it. So I did give this one 4 stars as well. And I started off by saying, I know this is a really popular webtoon, so when I saw it for a really good price at Walmart, I decided to pick it up. I am so glad I picked it up because, oh my goodness, was this a good read. It was. The story starts off with a girl who had a rough family life. She finally moved to live on her own, and at school her friends are playing this game called Daughter of the Duke's Super Love Project. This game is kind of like Episode. In the game, depending on the difficulty, you play a different character to win over the male character's affection. In the easy mode, winning over their affection is a breeze, but in the hard mode, you play the misunderstood villain, and all paths seem to lead to death. Hence where the name of the story comes from. While playing, the main female lead ends up realizing the villainess resembles her life. Then, one day after playing the game all night, she wakes up as the misunderstood villain. So she's like in the game now. And she has to use her knowledge from the game to try and avoid death for as long as possible. This story had me on the edge of my seat with all the choices she had to make to try and avoid death. And the part in the garden, ... If you read it, you know. If you know, you know. The part in the garden. I was so nervous. I cannot wait to keep reading and meet the next love interest in volume 2. At first, I was so confused when reading, but next thing I knew, I was on the edge of my seat. This book seriously kept me on the edge of my seat. I love it. I can't wait to pick up volume 2. This is a new release, so there are multiple volumes out. Actually, I think volume 5 is coming out in November, so I got some catching up to do, but boy, did I love this story. Okay, so the next webtoon I have is Freaking Romance, which I found at Walmart, and I picked it up because the cover is beautiful. 9 times out of 10, if you have a beautiful cover and a good title, the book's in my hands, I'm flipping it over to read the back. If I like the back, it's coming home with me. So, I picked this up and I did give it 4 out of 5 stars. So, I'm just going to go ahead and read what I wrote. Not what I was expecting, but I still loved it. Warning, it's kind of spicy. There's some spicy scenes. The female lead moves into a new apartment after being kicked out and basically abandoned by her parents. She is told that this apartment is haunted. Soon she sees the ghost, quote unquote, that is haunting the apartment. This ghost is the male lead. The male lead becomes interested in the female lead's life, so he's kind of interested in her life. As the story goes on, we learn more about the male lead and see their relationship together progress. This is the second webtoon I have read, so I'm not sure if my rating will be the most helpful because this was the second one I had read at this point. I had read Faded Away and then this one. But I would rate it 4 out of 5 stars from what I've read so far. I'm trying to be more stingy about my 5-star reviews, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. They're both kind of like living in the apartment and she sees him as a ghost and then we find out he kind of sees her as a ghost. So, and we're going to see their relationship grow. But I did love it and would rate it 4 out of 5 stars. So that is all of my webtoons that I've read this month. And now we are going to get into the manga. So I actually read 3 webtoons and 3 manga. If you count this as one, there's technically 3 books in one. It's like a smushed together little series. So let's get into the reviews of these wonderful books. The first manga that I read this month is Orange. Well, it wasn't the first I read this month, but the first we're going to talk about that I read this month. Okay, it was Orange, the Complete Collection #1. So this actually has volumes 1 through 3 of the manga squished together in here. So I am absolutely obsessed with this series. I wanted to buy the second one, but I heard that there's a box set coming out, so I'm going to wait and get the box set and see if I can trade this one in for some store credit at one of my local stores. But I'm going to go ahead and read my little review. So I did give this 5 stars, which I might have already said. But I said, this series blew my mind. I went into it having no idea what it was about, and I am so thankful I did. I am in love with this story. This story follows a friend group in high school, and one day, our female lead gets a letter from her future self telling her things that she wants her to do to fix her regrets. So her future self is telling her past self things to do to fix her regrets. And save the life of their friend, which is the male lead. As the story progresses, we see a relationship build between the 2 leads. We also find out that all of the other friends in their little friend group also received letters from their past self, trying to prevent our male lead from passing away and taking his own life. So then they begin to all work together to save their friend. And I just love how this story centers around a whole friend group and not just 2 people. You know, a lot of times I love romance books, and a lot of times it's just focusing on the 2 main characters. So I do love how this is focusing on the whole entire friend group as a whole. And I also love seeing the romance build between the 2 leads, of course. And it is just so sweet and so wholesome. And if you haven't read it yet, I would recommend waiting and getting the box set or checking it out online to make sure you like it. Or there is also an anime of it on Crunchyroll that I will be watching ASAP, okay? We have another Barnes & Noble buy, And also another 5-star story. So it is After We Gazed at the Starry Sky, which is a boys love series. And I said that the title and the cover artwork is what made me instantly interested in this book. It is a boys love manga, and it is so sweet and such a feel-good story. One of the main characters is in a wheelchair due to paralysis since he was born. He cannot feel anything from the knee down. He is a huge fan of a photographer who takes pictures of the starry sky. When an opportunity arises to meet through a mutual friend, the two characters hit it off. The boys push each other to be their best versions of themselves. And this story just gives you all the happy, feel-good feelings and leaves you smiling after. Like, this story just left me with the biggest smile. My heart just felt so warm and happy. I just love this book. Like, it is so cute, and you get to see, like, the photos of the starry sky that the photographer takes and them looking at the starry sky. It's just a beautiful, well-written story overall. Okay, the last manga I read this month, which is from Walmart. I think I rated this, let me double check, 3.5 stars out of 5. This doesn't mean I hated it. I'm just being more stingy with my star ratings. I watched the anime first, is what I will say. I watched the anime first, and the anime first to the manga did not translate so well. And this book was $15. Now, I got it at Walmart, so it was a little bit less. It was about 12 or 13-ish. But look how tiny this is for $15. I thought it was pretty expensive. I love this series. I love the characters. They have Ninroids out. I've already pre-ordered them. I will buy all the rest of the mangas. But this one, at least number 1 fell a little short in my opinion. I'm going to just go ahead and read my review. I watched this anime a while back, so I was excited to see the manga coming out in English. I love this story so much, but when I first started reading, I was disappointed by how fast the manga moves and how the details were in the anime, but not in the manga. So there were a couple of things in the anime I saw that were in the manga. However, I did talk to someone online, and they said that the details that were missing are in the manga, but they're in later chapters. So they just show up earlier in the anime than the manga. So I was a little confused by that at first. So I do take that statement back for the most part. So based on this manga alone and not the anime, I rated this a 3.5 out of 5. This doesn't mean I don't like the series or the story. As I continue reading, I actually started to appreciate the fast pace in a way. This would be a good read to pick up after reading a book that is heavy and you just need a lighthearted, quick read. I still have a deep love for these characters and the story, so I will be definitely picking up the future issues. So it might be my fault, maybe my expectations because of how much I love this series and love these characters were just too high. That could be it, and I want to be fully honest that could be it, but this just didn't live up to my expectations, and I just hate to say that because I love these characters so much, but I will definitely be picking up number 2, and we will see how it goes. And like I said, as I kept reading, I started to appreciate the fast pace. It's not what I would typically read, but I did start to appreciate it because, you know, after you finish a story that's a little bit long or was really hard to read, or if you're in like a reading rut, this would be a good book to pick up. The next manga that I kind of read, in a way, is Bocchi the Rock. I only read half of it because I was reading it and I got so sleepy and I fell asleep. So I didn't get through the whole thing, but I still wanted to include it because it is so good. If I was going to rate it only halfway through, it would be 5 out of 5. It just won Anime of the Year and Best Anime Intro of the Year. So if you haven't watched the anime yet, go watch it. I've watched some of it and I started reading it. It is so good. I mean, just look at the art. There's Ninroids for it. And so that definitely got me interested because we know I love my Ninroids. But it's basically about this girl who struggles with social anxiety super bad, and she saw while watching TV that someone in a band said that they used to be lonely at school and didn't really have any friends, and then they joined a band and now their life has completely changed. So she decides to learn how to play the guitar and works super hard on learning it. She even starts uploading covers on YouTube under a fake name and actually finds a lot of fame through YouTube, but no one knows who she actually is. And then basically all throughout middle school, she never joined a band, never made one friend. So her social anxiety is pretty bad and she's struggling. Then in high school, she actually does get the opportunity to join a band, and we just kind of see how she works to overcome her social anxiety, finally starts making friends, and gets to join this band. And I just love it so much. I don't know what else to say. It's so good. If you haven't checked it out, check this out. If you don't listen to any of my other recommendations or anything else I read or any of my reviews today, please listen to this one at least. Please. It is so, so good. I love it. So those are all of the books that I've bought this month, read this month, my reviews, what I'm loving, all those things. And if you have any good books that you read this month or are just loving, or any recommendations, please comment them down below. I'm always looking for recommendations. I hope you're having a very happy Halloween, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you in the next video. Stay cozy!